Every day, thousands of commuters come down these stairs into this series of pathways to access their office towers. And at the end of the day, they leave the same way they got here. So for them, being outside or being in a green space is just not part of their daily routine. But we're about to change all of that.
I don't think anyone walks by and takes a second look at it. It's just kind of there and doesn't really serve a purpose.
Just dead space. It's your typical underground path space, kind of boring, kind of blah.
My name is Carson Arthur, and on this episode of Green Force, we're about to take this basement space and turn it into a subterranean oasis.
This space is located on the avenues level, and it is a primary location. It's a great thoroughfare for pedestrians coming through from York Street, for our guests moving into our restaurants.
I think this space is very wasted and lifeless, I guess you could say.
As you're moving from the grandeur of the lobby, it is what we would call a pregnant pause.
So it's really nothing. It's just, you just walk past it on your way from point A to point B.
Had a couple of attempts to make it pleasant, but I think we need some help with it.
Now, all of this are offices, restaurants.
Indeed, over here at the entrance is York Street.
Now, that's where I came in, and you came in through those stairs, so I'm assuming that goes straight up.
This is where the pathway begins, and it winds its way connecting to Union Station underneath the hotel.
Because this section is really the beginning of the pathway system, and the fact that it's underneath a large hotel really doesn't lend itself to people wanting to be in this space for any long period of time. It's really a flow through, and I'd like to change that. Now, how many people do you think come through here every day?
Well, since 1929, we've had over 40 million visitors.
Really?
It's a lot of traffic.
That's a lot of foot traffic, and they walk past this.
Yes, they do.
So what do you want to see from me here?
A change, a big change.
Okay.
Something that perhaps speaks to our green agenda through a little green garden. That might be very useful for us. Also, it might be very useful for us to make it a little bit more interactive and something that is warm and friendly, but classic.
But classic. Of the existing structures, how much of this do I need to keep? Because really, when I look at the desks themselves, that's a tough thing to try and work into a design. I'd like to remove them.
We would like to keep this, if possible.
So the front facing, and then the countertop itself.
We don't want anything too funky,
Okay.
but we do want something that has a bit of a contemporary edge.
So I have to combine what she's asked for with what's already here, and that is going to be a big design challenge. You know, I'm really excited about this challenge because not only do I get to work with the aesthetic or the image that you've already started to create, which I think is beautiful, but we're going to create a very green space that everybody's going to enjoy.
Terrific.
Sounds like a plan?
We're looking forward to it.
I'm excited about this. It's going to be very cool.
Beautiful.
Besides the fact that this particular location is in a basement and has no natural light, there are a few other constraints which make it a real challenge for me. Now, I can deal with the idea that the design has to reflect the image of the hotel, which is that sort of classic meets contemporary look. That's not a problem. My big issue here is I also have to work with the existing structure. But luckily, I have something in mind. It's not that I don't like the existing countertops. In fact, stylistically, I think they're quite nice. My big problem with them, though, is that they're 4 feet tall. So anything I put in behind them is just going to be completely lost. Now, to offset that problem, I'm actually going to do a series of raised planters. That way, as the commuters walk by, they have plants at eye level. Plant selection in this design is really important because they have to be multi-purpose. Not only are they going to make this space more inviting for the commuters that pass by, but they're going to clean the air that everybody's going to breathe. And while they're doing all of that, they still have to be hardy because they need to grow with very little light because it is a basement location. One of the other elements that I want to include in this space is water, specifically in a pair of water features. Now, the first time that I was down there, I realized how dry that area really is, and I'm hoping to alleviate that through the use of running water. which is a great way to actually raise moisture levels in a room. Now, once I take this design plan and finish it off in the computer, I'm going to take a finished presentation to Melanie and get her approval before we start to break ground. Now, this is the original concept, okay? Remember that there's two actual sections we're going to be working on. All right, this is the front half. So the offices are along this wall here.
Well, I like the colors. It's very pretty.
I think Melanie was quite relieved at seeing the design this morning because really she's entrusting us to do what's right not only for all those commuters downstairs but also for the hotel and the image that they've tried to develop over the last few years.
These are the lights. You're going to keep those lights?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And then you'll put recessed lighting on top.
I'm going to add more lighting into that space because for plants right now it's not enough
Okay.
to really grow anything and grow it well.
We like that green factor.
Absolutely. Now there are a few things that I'm going to point out to you, okay? You're going to see that the plants themselves are all what I like to call front-loaded, okay? They are in the front half of the actual existing structures right now. And the reason I'm doing that is because I still want the access in behind.
Terrific. So that when they need to water, they can get in behind.
Right.
And we don't really have a lot of foot traffic in behind anyhow.
No.
That would be
Not at this point, okay? And with these planters, I'm actually raising the soil level up so it's just below the height of the countertop. So really, when you walk by and you look across, the plants are completely at eye level.
And this little pool, are you anticipating a bird bath, a swimming pool? What are you thinking about there?
I am bringing in a water feature. In fact, I'm bringing in a pair of water features because it gives it that very classically designed look with the right type of water feature.
It will change the area there, and we're looking for change.
I'm glad you like it. I'm excited about the project.
Great, thank you.
Well, I wanted you to come see it because this is sort of the midpoint.
I'm confident that it can get done on time. It's just looking as of today that it may not. If we can get it done on time, I'll be very, very pleased.
Greenforce is bringing the outside in and placing it at the beginning of the underground walkway system called the Path, which snakes beneath the downtown core. This is a great opportunity to bring a little green to those commuters who are stuck indoors as they make their way to work.
Well, we've overcome one big obstacle today. We have approval on our design, which means we can start the demolition. This is a very unique project because instead of excavation, we have demolition. We're going to remove everything from the inside of the existing structures. That includes the desks, the filing cabinets, and everywhere there was storage. While that's going on, I've got an electrician coming in to install my special grow lights. And when everything is ready, we can start building our planters.
With construction right on schedule, I decide to sneak out and shop for a pair of show-stopping water features.
Hello, sir.
How you doing, Carson?
Good, Don. How are you?
Good, good.
I am water feature shopping today.
Okay.
Now, I like this one very much. What's this called?
It's called the Osaki.
All
It's
right.
a great sounding fountain.
Yeah.
The downfall to it is a very small reservoir.
That's the reservoir there?
That's the whole reservoir. It's only
Right.
about 20 gallons.
Not suited then for high traffic areas because it's going to evaporate really quickly.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm doing a space that's underneath a hotel, but more importantly, it's the beginning of the pathway system in downtown.
All right.
So thousands of people walk past us
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay.
So I can't imagine a higher traffic area
Right.
than that. So do you have anything about this size that's a little bit more classic looking?
Yeah, we've got what's called the Crucible. It's got a much bigger reservoir,
Okay.
more of a classical look. So
That sounds good. Let's go take a look at that. No, I think I've used this one before. I like this one quite a bit.
yeah,
That's beautiful. What's this called?
it's called the Crucible. It's a little bit taller, not a lot.
And this is rust. It's not
It
real
is.
rust.
It's
though,
not
is it?
real rust, but it is the rust color, and it's, as you can see, a little bit taller, but it's not a lot of difference. The reservoir though is much bigger, so a lot easier maintenance.
No, really, there is no maintenance here, is there?
No, just maintaining the water is your only thing.
That's pretty easy. Then the big question here, because I really do like this look and I think it fits the image of the customer.
Yeah.
Do you have two of them?
I have two, the exact same.
Okay, then let's write up the bill and I can
Okay.
probably take those with me today. Thank you. Today's our planters and all the framings that has to go underneath them. And while all of that is happening, I invited Melanie down to see the space just so that she gets an idea of the scale of the project we're trying to accomplish. Well, I wanted you to come and see it because this is sort of the midpoint in the construction process. Believe it or not, we're halfway done.
It is a work in progress. It's looking good. Initially, I thought it may have been a little bit further along, but I'm confident that it will turn out to be something very fantastic.
This is where I get to answer your questions because I'm sure you've had lots as you've been watching the space.
Well, I did have one question about the trough system here. I'm not quite sure where you're going with that.
I'm not terribly surprised that Melanie was shocked at the type of planters we're building in this space, but I think she was pleasantly surprised at how much space there's going to be designated just for plants. This is going to be the first and last time you ever see the framing because it's going to be completely buried and wrapped. All right, so basically what we're doing is we're allowing to hold a significant amount of weight, okay? Not just in the soil and the plants, but if anybody ever has to get up there to maintain, they can walk on it and
Of
never
course,
have a
yeah.
problem structurally.
What about maintenance?
Well,
how do we keep these plants alive? It's a big
maintenance.
responsibility.
Maintenance, lighting, all of those things are going to work together to keep these plants alive, okay? You'll see that we did put in a significant amount of new pot lights. Now, each of those have individual grow bulbs. What that does is it raises the ambient light levels in the room. But more importantly, the plants that I selected are all extremely low maintenance, okay? And they will do well in low level lighting anyways. The other thing that I wanted to mention about water is I did talk to you about water features. I have found two. They're a little bigger than planned though.
Oh, how big?
These water features are going to be about 5 feet off the height of this.
He said large, he said big. We'll see if they really do work in the space.
And they blend that classic contemporary sort of look, which is in keeping with the hotel and the existing structure that you already have.
If we can get it done on time, I'll be very, very, very pleased. We'll all be very, very pleased.
Well, that I can commit to.
I'm confident that it can get done on time. It's just looking as of today that it may not.
Now, these two sections are supposed to be the same, and as you can tell, we have a long way to go before that's done, which means this is going to be one very long afternoon.
The Green Force team is busy working on an indoor garden in the downtown pathway system which connects the Toronto Underground. And we're right on schedule, with planters built and water features selected. Now it's time to pick out the plants for this ambitious makeover.
What I'm looking for are plants that are going to do well in low light, but I still want them visually interesting, so they have to have a punch of color.
This is a good section to start in. We've got the Chinese evergreens, a bunch of different varieties.
Those are Chinese evergreens?
Yes.
Okay, now they've got really big leaves. Is that a problem?
Nope, that's great for a low light and medium light situation. Usually general rule of thumb, larger the leaf, the less light it needs. The smaller the leaf, the more light it needs. More color in a plant usually needs more light also,
Okay.
but that's not always true.
But this one, now this is a smaller leaf and it's got lots of colors. That's still going to be okay?
Yep, that's a good one for low light situation also.
So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to get a few of these, a few of each of them actually, but I need some height as well because I want to break it up a little bit with interest.
Okay.
So if you have any suggestions, that would be great.
Sure, we got some taller ones down here. It'll do great in that low light situation.
Oh, these are definitely taller. But how do they do in low light? That's the magic question.
These guys here, Jan and Craig Limelight.
Yeah, that's a fantastic color. And it's okay in a basement because basically that's what we're doing. Even though we're going to put in lights, it's pretty dark down there.
That'll be great. It'll add some really good color to the place.
What else you got for me?
Peace lilies. That's
Okay.
a real good one. That's an Old Faithful. Been around for a long time.
I can actually use that even though it is a flowering plant.
Yeah, that's pretty well one of the only low light plants that you can put in a flowering area.
Okay, because I was in the impression that you couldn't use flowering plants at all. So this one is an exception.
Yep, that's a good one.
You know what? I'm going to take some of those. I'll take some of these. I'll get some smaller plants to fill around it, and I think the space is going to look
Great.
fantastic.
Super.
Thank you.
With everything ready to go, it's time to fill the planters with soil so that we can get to the gardening.
Now I'm using a very specific type of growing medium in these planters. It's a combination of peat moss and perlite. The peat moss, because it's sterilized, so it doesn't have weed seeds or insects in it. It's lightweight, which is perfect for raised planters like we have here. And more importantly, it's full of nutrients that the plants really love to grow in. The perlite is there because it creates air pockets, which the roots need, and it helps to retain moisture. That way, the plants have a consistent amount of water no matter how often you water this during the week.
Well, we have a lot of stuff going on in the space right now. My water features have been delivered, and once I get them set up, they are going to be the focal point in this space. The plants have also started to arrive, and as you can see under these great lights, they're really starting to jump with the color. So aesthetically, they look fantastic while they happen to clean the air for the commuters. We also have the planters built, reusing the existing countertop, which I'm very proud of, and this one is full, so we're right on schedule here. However, I can't say the same about that side. Now, these two sections are supposed to be the same, and as you can tell, we have a long way to go before that's done, which means this is going to be one very long afternoon.
While the first planter is almost finished, the second one still needs a lot of work, but I'm not worried. It's going to come together really quickly because it's identical to the first.
Now, I chose this water feature for a couple of reasons. The first is the reservoir itself is actually contained here in the base, which means it's a very manageable amount of water. Ready? Okay. The second reason I chose it was because if you decide that you don't want to run it itself, it still looks fantastic when it's dry. Okay, let's go get some water and fill it up.
You have brought the outdoors in. It speaks to grandeur, it's sensual.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had a garden described as sensual before.
It is.
The Green Force team is underground, where we are turning 2 large, out-of-date kiosks into a pair of state-of-the-art indoor gardens. We've installed amazing environmentally friendly grow lights, 2 fantastic water features, and hundreds of low-maintenance tropical plants.
Well, it's been a very busy day of indoor gardening, but we are finished, just in time for Melanie's inspection. I should probably go get her.
You ready to see this?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am. You have brought the outdoors in.
The tropical outdoors.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's so lush, so vibrant. It really makes a statement. Clearly, it is a remarkable difference, and compared to the design, there's no comparison. It's beautiful.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity to do a garden with nothing but shades of green. It doesn't have a single flower in the space, and yet it still looks absolutely amazing.
Oh, there's we can sit, we can linger.
The furniture itself is indoor-outdoor furniture, but in this application, because you have so many pedestrians coming through here, it's fine. It's going to do really well because you won't have any stains.
It's so sensual.
Wow,
Really,
I don't think
really
I've ever had a garden described as sensual
It
before.
is.
But if she wants to call it sensual, she's allowed.
It speaks to grandeur, it's sensual, it's enjoyable. Look at the different hues of green. It's amazing.
What'd you expect?
It's real.
It is
It's alive. You've brought the outdoors in.
Now, there are a few things I want to point out to you, okay? We put in a ton of grow lights.
Right.
All right. Now, these plants are specifically designed to handle low light levels, but they're going to do fine. And you'll notice that they're all green, but I've chosen different shades of green to really give it that texture and the color that you immediately noticed.
It's a beautiful, lush array of textures, colors, the vibrant green over here, the little bit lighter green over there, and behind that beautiful fountain. It's so classy.
One of the things that I selected specifically for you was a water feature that, in the event that you want to control the moisture levels down here, it can be unplugged.
We hope to keep that turned on for many months to come. Bravo. You've really executed A dream that we had is to change this area from a dead zone into a live zone. You've brought the outdoors in, and our green team will be so proud of it.
Thank you. I'm so proud of it.
Can't wait.
We should go get them.
Fantastic.
Let's show them the space. Are you enjoying it? Yep. Perfect. That's what we want to hear.
I love it. It is so alive. It feels so fresh. It feels like spring. And I actually thought it was silk. And I'm, oh my God, it's a real plant.
I come through here daily, and to see this change, it really brightens up your day on the way to work. People I know walking through the paths, it really benefits them as well.
It's a great improvement. It looks wonderful. And the fountain, wow, that's really pretty.
I think it's a big improvement. Before walking through, I think it was half used for storage, so not necessarily attractive. But now with the water features, it's noticeable in a positive way.
Green Force is all about taking on spaces that are either neglected or underutilized and then turning those into beautiful places for people to enjoy. Then at the same time, we're trying to make this planet a better place. But never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be here in a basement trying to create a tropical jungle. But that's exactly what we've done. We've built a stunning oasis underneath a hotel. But more importantly, we've gone a long way to helping clean the air that we breathe. My name is Carson Arthur. Thanks for watching.
I'm amazed. Green Forest, Carson executed on time, within design. It's beautiful.
The guests coming into the hotel will benefit from it, the passers-by. So I think it's a space that was highly used but not beautiful, and now it's absolutely amazing, and it'll just be made use of so much more.